Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Deals Friday. My name's Nick Clark from Jenic Property, and this week we're going to be going over a 2-bedroom mid-terrace property in the northwest of England. Let's get started on this week's Deals Friday. So this week we're looking at a 2-bedroom mid-terrace property in the northwest of England. The purchase price for this property is £64,000 in total. And the refurb for this property is £7,500. Now this is a light refurbishment, so unlike a lot of our refurbishments where they're quite heavy, we'll refurb the full property, we'll gut it all out and we'll start fresh and it'll be a brand new property. This property actually didn't need a lot of work doing to it. What it did need, which was one of the major works, was a full rewire in the property. So with that, there's going to be a lot of, say, decoration that's going to be needing doing. So where the walls, for instance, that may have been hacked out, we'll have to actually obviously refill them or replaster over those walls and then redecorate over the whole property. So full decoration will be required for this property. Also, flooring is needed in this property, so full new flooring across the whole property. Now in the actual bathroom, there is actually a decent bathroom in it. However, it's just a shower cubicle. Now in our buy-to-lets, what we actually like to do to attract families into our properties is we actually have a bath with a shower over it and a glass screen. So what we're actually going to be doing with this property is we'll be actually removing the shower and obviously we'll be retiling where we need to. Over the actual bath, we'll put a new bath in with a shower and a glass screen over it. This appeals more to families rather than just say a single person who may just want to get in and out the shower, where obviously kids can have a bath or you can have a bath or whatever it is. It's just making sure that we're appealing to a wider audience to get our properties let out. The other thing that needed doing on this property is obviously we needed gas certificate and electrical certificate because the previous owners that actually live in the property, and every single property we need to provide a gas certificate and electrical safety certificate so we can actually let the property out and you know that your property is safe to hand over to a tenant. Okay, so back to the numbers. So the actual legals for this property, for legals costs and the survey costs, was a total of £1,380. And the stamp duty for this property is an estimate of 3% stamp duty. Now there has recently been a stamp duty change where no stamp duty is needed to pay up to a specific amount. However, that does not actually include you as an investor buying a second property or as an investment property through a business. So 3% stamp duty still applies for any purchases over £40,000. So £40,000 or above, a 3% stamp duty still applies for you buying properties. So for this one specifically, it'd be £1,920. And the sourcing fee for this property, that's for us finding the property, our services and what we do to get the properties, covering marketing costs, etc. That's £3,250 for that service. And then also we do a project management fee so our client can be completely hands-off through the whole process of the refurbishment process, and us handed to the letting agent is £750. Now that makes a total cash investment for our client of £78,800 total in cash. Now if you are getting this on the mortgage, your cash input will be a lot lower, which we'll get into by the end of this video. For this 2-bedroom mid-terrace property in the northwest of England is simply a buy-to-let property. However, we are going to be putting this towards social housing tenant profile, which means that we'll be actually letting the property directly to a charity, which means we get rent directly from the charity rather than the specific individual. Now this has its advantages because you actually have no maintenance costs on the property because the charity actually takes on all of those costs. Now the other costs that needed to be doing, because this is a charity property with a charity, we have to provide very basic furniture so the tenants can actually come in because they might actually have nothing to start off. So what we're trying to do is get them off the street and actually make sure that they've got a decent home that they can live in for that. So what we do is we provide furniture for the property of £2,500, but that's paid back to you over a 2-year period by the charity, so you get that money back. So yes, it's an investment you have to make, but you actually get that back from the charity rather than coming out of your profits of the monthly rent. So specifically for this, the contract on this property will be directly with the charity, and it's for a minimum of 24 months. After, what we tend to find after the 2 years is that they tend to renew after the 2 years because they still need those properties. In the actual UK at the moment, the social housing sector is actually needing more and more housing to obviously try and get people off the streets, get them rehomed and actually reignite their lives and give them a great home and a good solid foundation with support to get them to where they need to be. The advantage of this strategy, as I said, is that you've got no maintenance costs apart from obviously if anything structural went wrong with the property, say the roof or say the boiler. However, everything else would be taken care of the charity. You would get the property back. If they handed the property back to you, they have to hand it back in the same conditions. So your risks are very, very minimal on this strategy. So the rental figures on this property is £475 in total. Now your mortgage estimate, if you based on the purchase price at a 4% interest only mortgage, would be around about £162.50 per calendar month. Now you would have a management fee on this property of 10%. In managing the charity and obviously the relationships and what needs to be done before that and making sure that your property is up to spec is £47.50. That's 10% off the actual rent. Now, as I mentioned before, is you don't actually have any maintenance costs on this property, so there's no need for you actually to put 10% aside of the actual rent for you to have any maintenance side. Now, if you do want for precautions, just in case something happens with a boiler or you want to take a boiler maintenance, then yes, you can put 10% aside, but there's no need for this specific strategy. So your monthly profit estimate on this property is £265 in total, which is a great profit for you coming out, utilizing your money wisely rather than sitting in the banks every single month. So that means that you're going to get a yield performance on this property of 7%. Now, considering that banks at the moment are only giving, say, about 0.5% interest on your money per annum, that's a massive amount increasing on what you're getting actually sitting in the banks. Now, what that does mean is that you're going to have an annual estimate profit of £3,180 in total on this buy-to-let property. Now, for our type of clients that we work with on a regular basis, our client actually took this on a full service property. So if you're based in London or outside of the UK and you want to make sure that your money's starting to utilize in the UK property market because you actually don't have any time because you've got a very, very successful business, or you have a very successful career, like say doctors, dentists, or even an airline pilot, then what you can do is you can profit from UK property with minimal time effort. Effectively, what we do is we take care of the whole process for you so you can be completely hands-off. Now, you can either go into a deal similar like this, where you actually going to invest a total cash investment of £78,800. So it's £78,800 in total. Otherwise, if you've got a mortgage and you purchase this property with a mortgage, because it's valued over £50,000, you're able to get a mortgage very, very easily. And also probably around about the 4% rate. If you're outside of the UK, this may fluctuate depending on the property. However, you would be looking at a total cash investment if you purchase with a mortgage of £31,050 in total. Now, if you took this full service of the property, that means you don't have to find the property, you don't have to market for the properties, you don't have to negotiate and deal with vendors, deal with estate agents, deal with everything that comes with it. The benefit of this is that you can focus on what you do best, is what making a great impact in your career and your business. What leaves the property to us as experts, which have years and years and years of experience and an expert team to be able to handle everything for you, so you have minimal time effort for this. So in the full service, it also means that you get a project management service as well. That way you're able to actually carry on and don't have to worry about the refurbs. We take care of everything all the way up to getting the property let out. Once we actually finish the refurb, we actually hand it over to our lettings agency where we're able to actually rent out the property. In this case, it will be to the charity. So you can obviously get that direct payment every single month and no maintenance charge. So in summary, we've been looking at a 2-bedroom mid-terrace property in the northwest of England. The actual strategy for this property is a social housing strategy for buy-to-let, which means that you're going to have a long-term cash flow coming in every single month, which is exactly what you want in to be able to profit from UK property with minimal time effort. Our client for this property took a full service, which means that they had minimal time involvement. They're able to do what they do best and allow us to do what we do best, to be able to bring that property to life and start profiting from UK property with minimal time effort. Now, if you want to profit from UK property with minimal time effort and you want to start replacing your income to redefine your retirement one property at a time, then please reach out to us at info@jenicproperty.com. You can send us an email to book in a free call with one of our team. Otherwise, you can head to our website at jenicproperty.com and you can book in a call that suits you best with one of our team to help you profit from UK property. Otherwise, you can head to Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook at propertywithnicclark and you can send me a message and we can book in a call that suits you best. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Nick Clark, helping you profit from UK property. Remember to like and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell as well so you can get notified for any videos that come out on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and Fridays at 12 p.m. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Nick Clark, helping you profit from UK property. Head to jenicproperty.com where you can book in a free call with one of our team.